President Jacob Zuma's 10th State of the Nation address. It signals the opening of Parliament amid much glamour. It usually sets out government's programs and policies for the year ahead. A presidential statement yesterday indicated that more than 440 soldiers would be deployed to protect Parliament. This led to a storm of fury, with some commentators labelling it an assault on democracy. Today, the Defence Minister dismissed the claims as unfounded and said that the SANDF would only be on standby in the event that its members were required.
There's nothing strange or new, and there's nothing untoward about the processes which have been followed, but I want to assure South Africans that here there is no abuse of state power. In any circumstances where there's a request made that we should deploy, we do so in support of the police. It does not end, by the way, the letter to the Speaker or even the announcements, I would imagine, say we would be on standby for deployment. So in this instance, the Defence Force would be on standby in the event a calamity would occur. I think it's unfortunate that this issue is reported in a manner such that it gives an impression to the ordinary South Africans that the army is going to be a buzz in Parliament.
National Speaker of Parliament Baleka Mbete says the deployment of the South African National Defence Force personnel during the address tomorrow won't impact on the business of Parliament.
We are not going to see many or hundreds of Defence Force members milling around the precincts of Parliament. No. Those people will not be anywhere around Parliament, and they simply are allowed to be wherever they ought to be as soldiers in places we never really are worried or even conscious of as Parliament, because where we focus is the events within the precinct, within the House. So where they will be, we don't know. We are not really involved in those issues. So the impression that had earlier been created that they would be descending on Parliament, we wish to clarify, is really a wrong impression.
Issues about access of journalists to their offices seems a little bit strange for me, but I think the Secretary might be able to clarify this. It should be natural that journalists would have access to their offices without any hindrance, and perhaps it is because I do not understand what is really at issue. Whether, in fact, you are saying that Parliament is so restricting your movements that we are saying you cannot go to your offices. And if that is the case, then we want to before but apologize to the Speaker, because that is not the intention. What we would want is a media which feels comfortable to report without fear or favor, which reflects and educates. That is what we would want to see. Parliament has absolutely no appetite to intimidate or to prohibit people from doing their ordinary business. That is not our intention.
Well, President Jacob Zuma is expected to